Powerful reasons. You guys have powerful reasons like what?
Yeah, we're starting a podcast. I wouldn't miss, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I wouldn't miss.
Welcome 015ers to the 015 Voice Podcast, and I am your co-host Elmarie, along with my main host El Virgo and our guest Ycer, and we are here at R&R Guest House where we will be chilling and drinking water, I guess, talking about anything and everything that happens in the life of a person who's a part of the LGBTQI community. Hi.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm alright. How are you?
Are you shy?
Yeah, I am shy, honestly. You know, it's so funny that my late friend used to say I'm a model who's just not into cameras, and that's who I am.
Why not?
I don't know, and you know, I
be...
used to get paid for the cameras, so yeah. I'm alright.
But I'm pretty much sure it's something that you should be used to by now.
I think we never get used to the things that we love. You know, it's just like every time we have to go on stage and address something, the nerves always kicks in. So it's something that comes natural, I guess.
Don't you use an iPhone?
No.
Why not?
I wish.
I wish.
No. I wish it comes true.
Yeah,
but if nowadays you have to like take pictures, it's almost like every day.
That's the thing, and you know, with the latest phone that I'm using currently, I bought it because I wanted to start content. You know, I wanted to be a content creator, but I made an excuse because I do not have an iPhone now. So now I'm not sure if I should have an iPhone. Will I still be? But yes, I want to, because I believe you cannot be in such spaces and not be a content creator, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's true.
But then, before we carry on to any further discussions, a question one main question. Stella, my pronouns.
Okay, first I will give you my names. I am agrecious Ycer Machimana, and my pronouns are she, her, and hers. I am part of the LGBTI community. You know, it's the acronym is the LGBTIQ plus, because it comes with a lot. So I'm the T and the acronym. I am the transgender person.
Yes. Of course. Here I can see there's lesbian, there's gay, there's bisexual, and transgender. It is one I can't spell it. It's queer or something. I don't know.
Queer,
and intersex.
Yeah, queer is basically, it's just for people who do not identify as heterosexual. Heterosexual meaning cisgender, right? Yeah. So as long as you don't identify as cis, it means you are queer.
Okay, I get you.
So, who is Ycer in general? What are you toward the community? What do you do? Where do you come from? Like, from primary, tertiary, work? Who is Ycer?
First of all, Ycer is a human being. He was born Mhlaba-Cross Village, early 30s ago. 30s ago. Yes.
You're like 30 now.
I'm in my early 30s, yes.
You look younger.
I know, I look 16.
Wow.
So Ycer has been in a public space since the age of 4. Because I was leading a group of high schoolers. A leader Sarafina, if you know the movie. So Ycer grew up in a public space where she was loved by the community. She grew up being queer, simply because my family brought me up the way I wanted to be brought up. So abane limitanga to be who I am, and which made it easy for the community I know accept the way Ycer wants to be addressed. So yeah, Ycer primary Anganaponani school. She was everywhere.
Yeah.
If you talk about a multi-talented person, I would say, yeah, I'm one of that.
It's
you
Ycer.
know,
Ycer is the month.
Ycer is just a multi. She tries everything, guys. Look, I remember in high school, I was in a choir group. I was doing debate. I was in a nature conservation group. You know, I was playing netball. I was doing all these things. So when it comes to competitions, and now I'm
it's
stuck
all
because
in the same time.
at the same date, you know. So yeah, I was always like that until one time when I was still in my primary. Okay, the funny part is, you remember myself. I was
What
never.
is myself? What is myself?
It's
Like,
a photocopy.
You have to write like about yourself,
Yourself, your
test,
family,
you know.
Yeah.
So with me, I never wanted to be a lawyer or a doctor I always wanted to be a media personality person. I wanted to be a TV presenter or either a radio presenter. I just wanted to see myself behind the cameras, you know, which worked in my advantage. A pageant one of the teachers, and my family started supporting me from there, and I became a model. I became a pageant model. I became a runway model. I became a model where I even got paid. Wow. I tried acting.
How much?
How much?
It was a lot at the time.
How much? Like
you would be paid. Okay, I would be paid like 7.2 grand for a show. You know, just to showcase an outfit. Just for 3 minutes on stage.
Wow.
You know.
7 blocks.
Yeah, 7 blocks for that. So yeah, modeling to me became something which I was passionate about. It became my life. You know, it blocked me from seeing other things, and I was just there, you know, before becoming an activist.
Yes.
I'm a proud trans activist, and I stand my grounds.
what happens on the trans activist?
You know, first of all, I'm a human rights activist, you know. So I advocate for transgender rights.
Right.
Or you become the speaker.
I become the voice of the voiceless.
Or just like the 015 voice.
I become the voice of the voiceless, you know. I run a modeling agency. I took a 6 years break because I felt an agency is a business. It must make money, but you don't get to get that support, you know.
What's the name?
And at the end of it's Ycer Fair models and events.
Yeah.
So I had to stop because I felt it wasn't making money. I like I get the returns for it because it's a business. So why am I in this business where I'm not even making profit? Though it's draining my accounts, so but 6 years back, I'm back now.
Oh, now you're doing it again.
I'm back now. I just recently hosted the first event. 6 years after, which became a success. Though now you are at the hiccups because you know we don't get sponsors inside. It's hard to get sponsors. I just recently also with 2 other directors, he put a trans organization called the Mhlaba Trans Organization, you know, tribute, because trans people are beautiful, honestly, because you transition, you know, and when you transition, it means you become extraordinary.
It become like what you really wanted to be from the bottom of your heart. Like
I wouldn't put it like that because I always say, as trans people, we do not pretend. When we transition, we do not pretend to be someone else. Rather, we pretend to be who we really are from the get-go,
Yeah.
because you can't pretend to be someone else. Though we transition to pretend to be who we really are.
Yeah, that's true.
I get it.
That's true.
Do that make sense?
Yeah.
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 So I wanted to ask, what triggered the transition, if I may ask?
Like why I decided to transition.
Or what? I don't know how to ask.
But you have the question. How what do you mean?
I want to ask it in a proper manner without sending
Oh, yeah.
triggers.
Oh, yeah.
Like, nhlohletelo wa ku mi va mi transitiona.
Ni kota ku teka xiyimo lexi ku transition.
Yeah.
Oh, like I said, okay. I like saying as trans people, though it's wrong, and I know we always
What do you
run
mean it's
away
wrong?
from it. It's wrong to use this word or to put it
In
the way
that manner. Yeah.
I like saying, because we're about educating at the end of the day. Hence, I said heterosexual at the beginning. Someone who didn't know what heterosexual mean, and they always will go back to the way they are straight people. So, I would say trans people, Dali, are people who we're not trapped in a wrong body per se, but for someone who has disease, I would say, that people who are actually trapped in the wrong body. So you transition to align to the body that you feel you identify as, because trans people are people who their sex at birth was in between your legs and your gender identity doesn't align. So you transition to align,
Both of them.
your gender identity
Become
to
your
to
self.
be to
Oh no, I get it.
How are you, Alen?
So if I may ask, do you have a partner?
Yes, I am.
How many?
One.
How many?
Come on.
Ah.
2022, come on. Come on.
True, actually, that's a good question.
Yeah,
hey?
come on.
Okay, yes, I am in a healthy relationship for 9 years.
I
We
will.
just celebrated our 9th-year anniversary just 11th September.
Oh,
So yeah, I have a very loving partner, a very supportive partner, a friend.
good friend, a best
You
friend.
know, yeah, he's actually a good friend.
So it means you're married, because you're having many rings there, or
I actually had a promise ring, which I kept for it was almost 2 years, because yes, I promised that whenever the time is right.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Oh.
so unfortunately I got marked, and yeah, they took the ring. So hopefully now it's gonna be an engagement
Great.
or marriage.
But I'm
Yeah.
saying, can I round it off? 10 years is a long time.
yeah.
Yeah, and
It's a long
where
time.
you getting?
No,
Where you
this-
getting to?
Nowadays, a year is enough.
Yeah.
I believe, look, share where ulabayini.
And are you ready?
Okay, to me, honestly, look, nunguma this person, and we healer from a previous relationship where I was also engaged, and a year after where I was ready to date again, and maybe we were just flirting, spaces, so we
Why
for a
a
year
year
before.
Yes, too much.
Some
So
we heal differently.
yeah, we heal differently, and probably me, I feel like I don't even understand why I'm not by Mujolo.
Oh,
Duh. Why do people allow such nonsense to happen to
because
them?
the people you
Mental.
choose. Yeah, because of the people you choose.
So because also, with this one, because now you identify as cis, right? It's an
Yeah.
heterosexual man. Okay, when we started dating, I was identifying as a gay man before my transition. So when I started transitioning, because now we have to transition all together with a family, because you always have to come out, especially to black families, because all confused. Okay, I was identified as a gay person, and then we now started transitioning, and means we transition all together.
Yeah.
So look, when you transition, I remember I asked him this question, now that I'm in the process of transitioning, are you still gonna love me the way I am? should I even decide to go for surgeries, you know. But I am not in love with what you have. I'm in love with you as a person.
Yeah.
You know, like
That's
what are the
good.
features? And I think that's why I started telling people that have a good data. I mean, to me, there's a lot of cis guys who are just into queer people. But I have because because to me it's attraction before feelings. You first get attracted to a certain thing, and then before you fall in love with it. So allow people to just be who they are and to just be with whoever they're attracted to.
I get you.
Let people live, guys. You know, because as trans people, it's hard to live, guys. Every time you have to explain yourself, and then okay, you can see Ycer right now. You can see how fierce I am, and then you get a guy outside church, maybe who's gonna hit on me, right? So okay, to me, I'm saying like, oh hi, I'm Ycer, and conversation I explain because I do not want this thing to. But they don't even feel free. And then when they get to their corners, now if you haven't really had surgeries, and then a fight, because being trans doesn't really have to mean for surgeries and have to go for I'm on hormonal replacement therapy, right? But you don't have to go take hormones and go for surgeries for you to transition. It's about how you identify. You can say you are a transgender woman who can dress her like this, because also there's gender expression. Expression is how people express themselves. You know.
Yeah, that's true. So did you go to the surgery?
No, I'm currently taking hormonal replacement therapy since I've been on hormones since 2017. Yes, I'm growing my top surgery. I'm in my top part. Yes.
How? Break it down.
The pills or medication that
suppresses hormones she originally had.
Yes, so my testosterone levels are lowering, and then my estrogen and progesterone, female hormones. Because really, you must know every human being both hormones, ne? Testosterone and estrogen. Yeah. So for me, I think the process wasn't really hard because my estrogen levels were already high than my testosterone. So I was actually just born a girl. It's just what was between my legs that the doctors or the nurses even had to lie to my mom, you have a baby boy. Says who? I didn't have the voice to say, that's nothing, that's just some kind of a decoration. Yeah.
So what happens? Okay, maybe if now I'm taking those tablets, but I'm not knowing it's those tablets.
So you're gonna grow boobs?
Wait.
Grow boobs. You're supposed to grow boobs.
They're called hormonal therapy for a day.
They're called hormonal replacement therapy. It means you're replacing what you already had.
And it, like
this is testosterone. So for a female, look at like you know,
if the testosterone is high,
it's real.
It's happening when
like you also have the same things. It's just that your progesterone and your estrogen is just a very literally low than the progesterone.
Even if I'm not like there mentally, even if I'm there just taking those tablets, I'm not knowing it's there.
The funny part, I remember some years back, Mama Zalawa Mina, because old age wise, Ababa got the very same prescription that I was getting from my doctor. So, no, why are they giving you this clinic? You know, so there was a time when I was like the firstborn is bad to me. Or I do look or whatever. So when you can right? And that really ate in a packet. So we laughed with my partner. What did I get for a month and started saying something coming out? You know, because yes, what I like about it, okay, it's a process, right? And then I go, and sometimes I can take 6 months to 8 months because that's dura. And the process is slow.
Ungatiteki constantly, yeah.
Yes, and people who do not know what at the clinic to go take your birth contraceptives, which is bad.
Yeah.
I would always advise any transgender person to go to your doctor, take your bloods, know where you stand, because it's not super complicated, you know.
Well, because they're gonna mix so many pills.
Yes.
And it's gonna cancel out.
Yes.
So does it affect my thingy?
I would say it depends on the dosage that you take. I did experience that when I started. I think my first 3 months when I started, I felt it did affect.
So it stopped reacting.
It does react, but it just doesn't have that power.
That means it won't last anymore.
So, I mean, why should you even be worried about? Why should you be even worried about the power? You are a woman.
I'm just saying, if I take them by mistake, maybe thinking it's Disprin or Grandpa.
But also, I believe also it's how your system takes it.
Yeah.
You're different. Yeah, it's different because some don't experience it, some do experience it. Because I feel like for some it doesn't even work anymore. Of which that's what trans people, especially with trans women, like, because there are women. Why should it work?
It doesn't. What do you mean? Doesn't work anymore?
You're becoming a woman, dog.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Yeah.
So like, I'm really learning, right? And I've never encountered people of your kind before. I would like to say you're the first lady of the whole out of the whole group of the community, because I've hanged out with gays, I've hanged out with lesbians.
Yeah.
Never.
Have you ever tried to be a lesbian?
I was called a lesbian at some point because I'm tomboyish. And at some point, I found myself confused.
Why?
Because is that thing
it is confusing, honestly.
I don't know. Is that thing I could like? Ekaya ne, akuna mjita. So most of the times I do the manly roles in the house. So sometimes
you do it.
Do what?
But can I ask?
Playing the role of a man.
But can I ask?
Yeah.
Do you have feelings for them?
For a woman, no, I've
for
never.
Them.
Men. For men.
But like I said earlier on, it's attraction before feelings. So you might one day just bumped into someone and
be attracted. So like it's really something.
Because when you mentioned about you hanging out with lesbians and gays, I feel in our communities that's what people know, that's what our parents know, our friends know, because also as queer people, this thing we should come out to who. When my woman go, okay, I'm a boy, I'm a girl, you don't, so why should we come out?
You should just be yourself.
People like saying, that community, which community? We are all human beings. So I
include each other.
Let's be inclusive, I'm starting to host the events where I want cis people and queer people just go in the space to avoid that community and that community. Sorry. I'm not going to jump into this. I wanted to say, as queer people, especially with trans, I'm a village gene, especially because that goes in the cities. I dated my first partner when I was 15. I was in high school in grade 10, right? And then near the matric, I went to study in Pretoria. So and my aunt is married in Pretoria. I'm not going to from the weekend with my other queer friends. So maybe it's a fashion because in school and as a fashion, I mean, I've always been in fashion. I've always loved looking good, So I was in fashion until I came out to them. But now I'm like, why should we come out instead of just leaving? Because now at least society knows gays and lesbians because but they're sure, right? But there's trans people like me. Do they know what a transgender person
Are they
is?
educated
They
about
do not
it?
know. Nae, oh, but the man. Especially when they call me with my old name. You know, I felt like they're taking something out of my life. And if I want to abstain, you know, but at least some bagoda approachable. I was changing now.
Oh.
When this is, and the funny part is me ni chinchevito in 2012.
Yeah.
But I only did my home affairs go near that all the process in 23rd June this year.
Hey.
So can you imagine, you know, it's a process and you just need to be patient.
Why such why
Karogula, so 8 years.
It's a process, love. That's why I'm about trans, you know, and have to just try to amend Sulosha way because now look for coaching my face, they would need a letter from your doctor that says Ycer patient yami sesifuna for so malembe so angopenga onjani uso, you know, and then you have to go to a psychiatrist, you know, and then you have to go to another doctor who has confirmed the latest doctor who yes so it's just a nightmare.
Is that thing they have not accepted as of yet?
They're just trying to be funny, love. They're just trying to be funny because even the forms that are on my face were not really inclusive. I remember but they said the form of the intersexed people, and there was nothing about transgender on the day. My gender marker. We had to call the director on my face on the spot, you know, to give them thingy a go ahead. Go no, actually amend this to this, you know, because on the form it was like intersexed, and if I wanna already imagine, but before me, it was me who was just maybe smart enough. Could let me just go through this form before I could even sign because the information is just long there. So it's important to even read because I'm not intersexed. So it means on my face at the time was just being inclusive of intersexed people.
It's
Yeah,
horrific. It's horrific.
On my face should change.
The LGBTI people or queer people little a lot.
Yeah.
That's why I asked you a funny question in Onugu, do your feelings or are you attracted? Because the other Q there, the plus inner questioning. So people are still questioning their identities and allow people to explore their identities, you know. And there's this tendency that you don't ever funny about a cisgender person who goes to jail and then we about gay. That person is not gay, was just practicing homosexuality jail because for them to get sexual pleasure. So can people get pleasure in jail because they are two cis-identifying men where else they need pleasure? You know, there's just heterosexual men who are practicing homosexuality because that's how it should be.
Because sometimes it's like the first law of survival in jail.
Yeah,
you just have to do it for survival.
Survival of the fittest.
You know,
actually.
but the funny part is people tend to enjoy it. That's why the logo about we are, and then but there's queer people because you tend to like it, I guess. Okay. Let's move on.
Is that thing I couldn't like?
Because biology even says the men's whatever is in
isn't
the body.
Isn't because you get used to it?
No.
Yeah.
You can always say every time if and where you just keep eating for what?
Yeah.
It's hard.
Your
Chilies,
tongue
you
is
don't
gonna
like
get
it.
used to it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And also it depends on how you take it. First time, your mind. You just need, you know. But yeah,
So Mina, I wanna ask, unayo support group within the public? Akiri, your family embraced you while they were still bringing you up. Did you have any friends baku bakuthegile instead of loko kuwe ujikisa nhlana basala bakuvulavula.
Yes, I think I have a lot of allies behind my back. I always say, even if you invite me to such space, I would send my ally, not even someone who identify as me, but a friend represent and be saying the very same things. You know, I think in a support system, people wouldn't even want to hear. You know what, you know, but say that about even myself. I can't shimulation you know, because you get whatever they feel like, you know, but to me I'm just like okay, and there's this young generation coming. So look say if men are so and what
people even hated Jesus.
People hated Jesus. So who are you? You're not even money.
Yeah.
People love money anyway. So you're not even money. This is so yeah, we do take critics also, but me love or people you know. But I remember Epitori, I had much phobia. I don't know whether it's called phobia or whatever. Kuchava. Okay, I don't know what it's called. Yeah, the street kids, right? And my child, not shish, nah, my child, but nazama accommodator. But I had to make sure, you know what, when I never keep it closer because they will protect me at night. Looking for my you know how Pretoria is. I mean, kuna groove, and sometimes you wanna go home early, and or maybe just walking on the street alone, take away or whatever. So need to join this accommodator, you know, to that fear. So why can't people just try to tolerate gay instead of the stigma that they're giving us, you know? It's so funny. It's so funny that even our healthcare system, support the love. I was working for this other organization that promotes and protects the human rights, that LGBT community, or LGBT people. I don't like saying community. LGBTI people, you know, women and children. Where I identified this specific clinic or healthcare center in Polokwane. About gender affirming healthcare, you know, because as trans people, kuna certain healthcare services that we need, and our clinics, our nurses here, you know, so we had to educate the staff for them to start offering gender affirming healthcare for transgender people, which was like, you know, bigger for us. You know, it was something that I feel the nation is missing. Yeah,
it's good. It's good that you're affirming people.
Yeah, it's from the gate even, because now, okay, my ID, my old ID, and okay, we different, right? And it's not really. That's why I didn't even have to do much. So, Oya clinic now, you are trans. Excuse me. You are trans, and then you have, because when I this thing about a security gate, you have your old ID in 19 man, and now you look like this. You kind of fraudulent because the person or the ID you know. So it starts from the gate. You end up not getting the services inside because the fight's gonna start at the gate. The security guide doesn't allow you to work with the services that way because the ID align to what they see there, you know. So there's a lot of sensitization that still needs to be done. Stops is still a nightmare. Nothing. You know, but I feel like for them behind that uniform, they think that uniform gives them power, which is just stupid.
Yeah, that's true. That's
you know.
true. Yeah, that's true. Because Marrying this thing. What do they call it? English as a learner.
Hey.
Marrying this thing.
I'm not going to show
What do you think it needs to be done to change these things?
Education.
Education.
And as activists, that's why you go even if I wasn't here for this, but if there's superpower to just I don't know, people are giving me this energy and people are giving this energy, and if I sense a bad energy around me, I approach. And if I approach, it means you have a problem, or maybe you're just wondering. But if you allow me to conversate, it's what I educate. Every little time I get, I educate. Because yes, me too. I just didn't wake up. This was, I remember. We once called ourselves cross-dressers or drag queens, because I was still trans. Maybe I only knew the word transgender 4-5 years back, because I don't know, I'm a gay girl, not knowing all this such ways. That's why even when you need to educate about this, I don't know because maybe there are no words for it. Transgender
I don't think that's a way.
So until we get there, until it changes the language, maybe on our IEC material, on our pamphlets, we got a good translator. Maybe we can get somewhere, because I think the language also is still a problem. Because now I'm here and I would expect my granny, who is 82 years old, to watch this, maybe most of the things when go to Caesar. So I feel like the language now is very important, but still until from now on, because still we don't have ways for it.
How can you encourage someone who's afraid to open up and
you know what, like I said earlier on, we should just stop this thing of coming out. Do you because level is something earlier on when it's hard. First of all, it's hard to accept yourself, because you like, why am I different? Why am I not like Luana? So you first have to accept yourself before you can let anyone accept you. Because if you fail to accept yourself and you start doing like I said, mental depression or stress, that's why a lot of us end up committing suicide, because we feel we are not accepted because of such things. But I would say, do you if I'm going to accept it, accept and just move on. Stop living for people, because also the most perpetrators, this anti-conversion practice or therapy that we call it. It is with our parents taking us to church, taking us to Mapostolweni or wherever for us to change what. Change what?
Is that mentality whereas it's not that, just failing to accept Kore?
Every person goes through that, even cisgender people, automatically and then don't see anything. Just let people be.
Try out for themselves.
Yes.
That's true. So do you have sexual intercourses?
Honey, I've been dating. And don't even ask funny questions.
What funny questions?
I know where you're getting to.
No.
Yes,
Where am I getting to?
Hey. Let me answer you.
Yeah.
Yes, I do have sex.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it.
How many times do you have a year? Or how many times have you had?
I can't count. It depends.
15 is
like
too much.
I have one partner, so I feel like we have grown that part. It's just always the act and the play, but same anyways.
When do you count? How many times?
I wanted to get there also. Like,
when do you
count?
Have
a partner?
I am the one who's interviewing you.
I'm not allowed to know.
No, I'm the one who's interviewing you.
You asked earlier on if I have one or maybe more partners. What if I want to add you?
Me?
Yeah,
I have a partner.
We have it. Bring your partner. We can have a poly.
No, I'm getting married. I'm getting married soon.
But yes, I believe you couldn't be, or you cannot be a relationship if maybe there's no sexual pleasure of some sort. Yeah.
But it's rare. You cannot be in a relationship without having sexual intercourses nowadays. It's
very rare.
But you have a partner, and I'm an advocate for like 100% for sex work. If you feel you don't have a partner and you need to energize the blood,
would you survive without it though?
Yes, most definitely.
She survived it. Yeah.
I don't believe.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
I'm surviving now in a relationship even.
Really? I don't believe.
Is it long distance? Is it long distance?
No, we stay together.
I don't believe.
We stay together. Like, why not?
I have somehow powers to prophet.
Thank God.
No, I don't think it's an issue anymore in my relationship.
Also, it was once an issue.
Oh no.
Come on.
And the thing is, you should just know how to stand your grounds as a woman.
Yeah.
Because I feel like men are just horny every time, anyway, any day. That's why they just wanna. Okay. So when you feel like you want to activate the body,
engage.
You can. Because I feel like, I'm saying, men, then forever red.
Yeah, because we have testosterone. Come on.
Can I ask? I heard you say, Guri, like you have an agency and they organize events and whatnot. Do you organize events for the people? Like to educate the people, or an event where all the people are there just to engage, enjoy, and have fun without the whole education thing in between?
Oh, yes. I just recently, when was 24th of September?
Yeah.
Heritage Day.
Yeah.
I hosted a family bride day where it was just about mingling, networking, exchanging business ideas, So I do host social spaces, but sometimes social spaces tend to being a dialogue, you'll end up dialoguing because people would want to understand certain issues but then over-educate that. But yes, there are more times where we just host social events for just people to come unwind, Yeah.
So why don't you take it to the health centers and educate those?
We do. As Mhlaba-Cross Trans organization, we do especially the 29th the October, just that we cancelled it because we haven't secured the funds. We're planning on hosting a mass community dialogue, about educating community with the issues that LGBTI people. And have your SABs, have your healthcare workers, have your Department of Social Development, Justice, arts and culture, these skills development colleges, so we are planning that. We're just trying to secure funds because we wanna have it as to a bigger we want to make it a bigger event to accommodate, quite a number of people.
Oh, okay. So if you had the right sponsor who was willing maybe to donate, what changes would you do into the community or into your program, actually?
Lavi, I am changed.
You are changed.
I am changed. I believe that I was born to make an impact because in most cases, I know the things to benefit me, that the things to benefit the next person. So I was born a giver. I was inspired by the time where I started my Pageant.
To give what?
To give what I can get to help someone survive. I cannot give my body.
I wasn't there.
So that I can get, like, if you saying if I could get funds, which I hope someone from Mhlaba-Cross will listen to this. I hope it reaches someone in our municipality. I need a skills development organization. There's a lot of queer people, number one, who couldn't forward their studies because I'm sorry to use this word, you cannot do this and this and this. It go to them, these street kids, and now they cannot even get employment because they don't have papers. So if I could get funds at least a skills development, whatever, to offer skills to queer people, for them, or enter whatever, survive. I mean, as a trans person, my daily I spend 465 rand to buy my meds every 28 days. Every 3 months, I spend 1,800 rand to check my bloods. So it's that's just basic. It's a must. So imagine after that, I need to look beautiful. I need to, it's money.
Yeah.
When this is, so we need this money for us to finally align to who we are. So if I could just get that, because rather give us the money to do something for ourselves.
That's true. And I've noticed one thing. I want you to comment on this. How do you feel? Because kuna munu loko apply a university, apply shikolweni, apply mintirweni, like you have said, ka formula ka home affairs. Very male or female. Ababuli, gay, lesbian, or transgender, or intersexual, as you were saying. How do you feel they don't include the people or in the corporate world in general?
You know what I always like saying, if the person, the standing, the acting, whoever they doesn't identify as you or don't see the needs that you want on the ground, and you feel that they need to be bothered to even do anything to assist you, because I feel the pressure. But in that regard, I feel if organizations or companies could be inclusive also for people, like now the clinicini abaniki the HRT, like your HRT mates, but if it's me who is somewhere in the Department of Health acting as whatever, I would advocate for it go the clinic, especially in the rural areas where people cannot afford, to buy these things. But if it's just whoever they're standing there, won't even see the need go. Hence we always advocating and always educating for such things. At least as organizations, you got to collaborate and partner. You got to form inclusive of the titles because one of those things go other. And then if we other what we have non-binary people, we have transgender people, we have like whoever intersex people. So if you're saying other what this is, so I feel that the system should actually change and just be inclusive of everyone, you know, because male or female, okay, let's go back to intersex people. Intersex people, even most okay, fine with two genitals, sorry. So, or maybe not really two, but XY chromosomes, whatever to call it. I don't really have more information about intersex people. But even male or female from birth, and now you wanna come there because very the format male or female. That's why my doctor also
what do you mean with dashing?
If now you
what do you mean with dashing?
Which sex
genital
do you kill there? Because why can't you let the child grow at least about 12, 14 to decide go, okay, I'm like this? Because different.
And it cannot grow back.
And when I say because okay, so because this thing, this debate, who do we blame there? Is it the nurse? Is it the mother? Who is it? Who do we blame there? So system here, you have the titles, semester, miss, whatever. If I can change, and just be inclusive of everybody.
Okay, in closing, what's your comment on people who change their thing? Like have surgery and change to the other side. What's your comment?
The funny part about that, I remember when I started taking my hormones. I remember when we started taking my hormones, the first 3 months, I was like, poof, I was so happy with my cup coming out and so down the line, I was not normally afford, right, to buy the hormones somewhere. So sometimes I'm like, okay, fine, I secure these funds, I can do surgery. Because what I was worried most about was my top surgery, just for me to fit in and maybe try to confuse people, So I remember my doctor, you know what, I'm gonna opt for surgery, just put a nice cup in. And then I said, like, impatient. What if now I wear your silicone or whatever, and then down the line it burst, or maybe you can't afford it. You need that replacement. What are you gonna do? When this is just be patient and taking your meds. So I feel for people who want to transition medically, who I want to align actually or do the gender reassignment surgery, like security always, mali. You never know what's gonna happen wherever reconstruct the So if you bleed or whatever, also we're saying, and it costs a lot of money. It costs a lot of money. So in future I would maybe want to transition surgically, but for now I'm just going with the flow and what I have. I love it. So I am comfortable with what I personally have for now.
No, thank you. Is there anything you want to add? No, we thank you for having you on the show. I hope.
Say something. Can I say something after you're done?
Okay, no problem. Thank you for having you on the show. We hope everything goes well, and we hope this gets to the mass part and you get the right sponsors you need. And also, even us, we need some few sponsors, but no, we're gonna be sorted. So we wanna also thank RR for this wonderful set. Everything is on set.
And make sure to visit our R&R guest house at Tikelane, Molimpopo, where everything is happening, where you can get your massage, get accommodation whenever you have parties. There's entertainment, drinks, and all that. Everything is just there. You get it in one place, to have parties, gatherings, your night out vacation wise, Mara from us, VO15,